Second and 9. Complete to Howard. And there's Boyer, also, of course, with his Patriot ties. Here's a 1st and 10 as Brady loads it up and fires on the sideline, caught by Evans. Gets to his feet and picks up an extra 3 or 4 before.
But they can run it when they want to. It seems like they just choose not to a lot.
First downs on their last 3 plays. Make it 4 first downs on the last 4 plays. As Godwin, man, he opens up so much for him.
It's a game changer because you have to double him. He's never covered even when he's covered.
3rd and 6, complete, and flying into the end zone is Giovanni Bernard.
And the pressure comes. See if he's got an arm here because he's going to have to throw this ball right away. They usually have some cool little play to get it out fast.
1st and 10, good cross, caught. That's Antonio Brown.
And then Tom and him have such a rapport. He just puts the ball at a high point and he catches it.
There's Godwin. Took it from a high point right there. And races to the 40-yard line of Miami. That's back to Fournette. For another 7. Will return this week. There is no one else after Sennett. 3rd and 4. Brady's pass. Caught at the 20. And we've got a penalty as well. Bernard is back in. Brady across the middle. Able to pick up the first and a whole lot more. Antonio Brown will not be touched. "62 yards. Brady to Brown."
To get Kappa and watch Brady, you're going to see the stunt come right in here. And now pause this right here. He's throwing this ball to this guy under that pressure all the way across. That's anticipation. That's toughness. And that's why he is still his selflessness and then his ability to get his team into the right stuff. I'm really impressed with what he's done.
2nd and 4, wide open. AB. Got the first down yardage. They bring in Tyler Johnson now at receiver. And that's going to be Howard again. 2nd and 10. Fournette. Oh, he just runs over. Going to clear it out the backfield. Swing it over to Fournette. Ducks under. What a move. To about the 28. He went under Jerome Baker. 206 yards passing. Looking for more. Got rid of it quickly, and he's got great for another first down grab down to the 16. Tom, that time to look and find Antonio Brown for a touchdown.
That looked like old Tom Brady. He's actually old Tom Brady right now, right? But old back in the day Tom Brady, standing and then looking and turning and firing like only. Then you bring in Todd Bowles and his creativity. It's just so hard to go against.
Here's Brady on 2nd down. And the catch in the field of play, Evans.
I have always said you could almost take 2 Hail Mary chances if you wanted to. But I just think you throw it quick and get out of bounds.
How about Brady racing to the sideline? Look at that.
They morphed that from last year, you know, starting off to where they are now. It's night and day.
There's a little throw for a gain of about 5.
You are dead against this team. They are too good.
3rd and 10. And able to convert with 2 receivers and 2 defenders in the area.
Changing from the very beginning last year to what they are now. I mean, it is dramatic, the evolution.
There's a little jet sweep, and that's going to go for a first down to Godwin. 2nd and 15. To Godwin. Double screen. Got within 1 of the first. 3rd and 1. Fournette behind him. Oh, good fake. Now throws on the run to Godwin again, and a first down.
3 receivers over there. Now it's 2 by 2 now. See 2 receivers on the right, 2 on the left.
There's Fournette. Baker, so see that tackle. Holland is carried with him for another 10 yards. Holland trying to swing him down, and Fournette said, no, I'm going to keep going. 2nd and 6. Brady's hit his last 5 throws. Godwin. And by the way, Brady, with the previous pass completion, went over 300 for the game. Here he is, taking it from under center. Able to dish it off to Jones for another 13 or 14.
Have a chance in this game. Did it happen right here?
I like your voice. As Brown picks up a first down. Brown, by the way, just went over 100 yards
55.
with that catch. 6 for 101, 2 touchdowns. Uh-oh. To Evans! Touchdown, Tampa Bay! There is a marker down.
Well, the next-gen stat go route we talked about. The ball hits him perfectly in stride. Mike Evans.
How about that throw?
It was dangerous. Really, so something around the way.
So Brady looking for more, looking down the field. Got a man at the 20. It's Tyler Johnson. So all the old records going to be hard to compare after 17-game season.
Yeah.
It's Johnson.
But you do have the ability to go per game average.
That's true.
Wow, right?
Here's a 2nd and 11. Brady. That's going to be another touchdown for Evans. He whipped it in there. Evans caught it at the 5, turned around, made the move to the end zone, and he's got a 100-yard game and 2 touchdowns as well, just like Antonio Brown.
Another zone coverage you're going to see right in this area. Brady throws it to Evans, and then Holland has no chance.